Hey, I'm Eric Powell, a financial advisor with the Future Mill, where we solely focus on helping future millionaires invest their money and meet their financial goals. I want to talk about the traditional IRA. This is something that sounds so simple, yet gets a little bit confusing. I want to go through exactly what a traditional IRA is and how it works. Let's do this. A traditional IRA sounds so simple, yet can be so confusing. So what I want to do is lay out the groundwork of what a traditional IRA is and how it works. So let's go ahead and jump in. A traditional IRA is nothing more than a title. Think of it like a vehicle. So if you have a Ford vehicle, which is what I have, that's the title of the vehicle. But that's not actually what makes it run. What makes it run is the motor, the transmission, all of these different things. So that's the same way that it works with a traditional IRA. Instead of having a motor or a transmission, or any of these things, what you're going to have is stocks, bonds, ETFs. Those are going to be the things that you're going to buy within the account that actually make it work. So the traditional IRA is not an actual investment, it is just a title. A lot of people get that confused when I talk with them. Within the traditional IRA, your money is going to grow tax deferred. So if you had $10,000 and it grows to $20,000, you have not paid tax on any of that growth. But what is going to happen is when you go and you actually withdraw this money from your account, you are going to pay ordinary income tax on the money you withdraw. Now you can't withdraw this money until 59 and a half or older unless you follow the 72T rule, which is a bit complicated. So I'm just going to stick with the basics here and say that you can't draw unless you are 59 and a half or older. If you do withdraw from your account before 59 and a half, you are going to pay a 10% penalty plus the ordinary income tax that you would regularly pay when you withdraw from your account. Now, in 2020, you can contribute up to $6,000 in a traditional IRA, or if you were age 50 or older, you can contribute up to $7,000, and this is known as the catch-up, not the catch-up, but the catch-up contribution. One thing that gets a lot of people is that they don't realize you have to have income to contribute to a traditional IRA. A lot of people want to open up an IRA for their children, but if their children are not showing income, you can't contribute to an IRA for them. Let's use you as an example. If you made $3,000 this year, the max you can contribute is $3,000. Now remember, there's the actual maximum contribution, which is $6,000 that you can do, but if you only made $3,000, that's all you can contribute. Now, if you made $6,000, you can contribute $6,000, or if you made $50,000, you can do the $6,000. Now, if you are married, this changes a bit, because if your spouse makes enough money to cover your contribution and theirs, you can both do an IRA. You don't have to both work, but at least one of you does, and one of you has to make enough money to cover both of your contributions. The traditional IRA allows you to roll your old employer plan into a traditional IRA. So if you had an old 401k, 457, or 403b that is tax deferred, you can roll that into the traditional IRA as long as it is tax deferred. Where it gets confusing is if it is a Roth. If it is a Roth 401k, you have to open up a separate account, a Roth IRA, and that's where that money needs to go. If you want to roll over something and have not yet, go to thefuturemill.com. We'll be happy to help you. Just click Get Started and book a call. For contributions, this all changed just recently. You can actually contribute to a traditional IRA as long as you are still working. In 2019, the rule was you can only contribute until 70 and a half, but in 2020 that has changed. Now you can continue to contribute. This gets a bit confusing though, because at age 72, you have what's called the required minimum distribution. Even if you don't need the money, the government wants to start collecting taxes on the money that you have. So in order to do that, what they're going to do is say you have to take out this much money, or the RMD, each year. Even if you are working, you can contribute, but you still have to take money out. It's kind of a catch-22 when it comes to this. Now for what I had mentioned at the beginning of the video, I said that there was something that was a bit confusing when it comes to the traditional IRA. I want to address it in my next video, so be sure to watch. But your contribution to your IRA may or may not be tax deductible. So if you made $100,000 this year, you could put $6,000 into a traditional IRA, and it may show that you only made $94,000 because you were deferring the tax and you were deducting that money from your salary. But the problem is, this isn't always the case. I want to go into this in more detail so I don't confuse you too much on one simple video. I want to keep this one simple. But thank you so much for watching. On the next video, I will address what the big mistake is with the traditional IRA and how to avoid it.